Have you struggled to find a blush that not only works the best on your mature skin, but also looks the best? Well, if you have come to the right place. Welcome to part 2 of my quest to help those of us with mature skin find the blushes which are the very best options for our skin. In part 1, I tried 8 different blushes, and we'll try another 8 today to find our very best options. In case you missed part 1 of this blush testing exploration, I've put a link to that part 1 video both in the pinned comment below as well as in the description box below. If this is your first visit to this channel, welcome. My name is Elise, and my passion and mission as a makeup artist is helping those of us with mature skin look and feel our very confident best. Since many of the makeup products and techniques that used to work for us in our 20s and 30s no longer work quite as well for us now, on this channel we focus on the makeup tips, techniques, and products that can make the biggest difference for us at this stage of our lives. And if you're interested in a particular makeup topic, such as the easiest way to apply eyeliner now or the eyebrow products that can help us the most now, be sure to go to my channel, Boomer and Beyond Beauty with Elise, and click on the word playlists, which you'll find in the horizontal bar across the top. Each playlist will focus on a specific topic like eyeliner, foundation, eyebrows, hooded eyes, etc. So you can easily find the videos that will be most helpful for you. But now let's dive into today's topic. In part 1 of this series, I mentioned that blush is an especially important makeup product for us, since our skin loses pigment and vibrancy as we get older, and blush helps restore a healthy looking flush. And if we just use foundation without blush, our face can look flat. But by adding blush, we add shape and definition to our cheekbones. Blush also counteracts skin dullness by making our skin look more awake and refreshed, and it creates a lifting effect which makes skin look more sculpted and healthy. We also focused on the importance of the blush formula, the color, and blendability. So if you didn't see part 1 of this 2-part series about blush, I highly recommend that you check it out by tapping on the link in the pinned comment below or in the description box. As my base today, I'm once again using the Versed Moisturizer, the Versed Face Primer, and Sephora's Best Skin Ever Foundation. The first blush I'll apply today is a multitasking cream stick blush, which can also be used on the lips, and it's from the Clean Beauty brand Jane Iredale. This is a very natural looking blush that has a slightly radiant finish. It has a very creamy formula which blends into the skin very easily, and it can be built up for greater color payoff. To hydrate and smooth the skin, it contains jojoba seed oil, and it also comes in 10 shades. I have the shade Balmy, which is a neutral to warm pink, and I'll apply it and all the other blushes that I'll be applying today the same way I applied them in the first video. I'll swipe some on the back of my hand, swirl it around with my brush to get even coverage on the brush, and then tap it on so I don't disturb the foundation underneath. And this is the shade Balmy. I'll swirl it around on my brush to evenly coat it. Then I'll apply it on the right side. And as you can see, this is a very natural looking color, so I'm not getting a lot of payoff, so I'm going to build it up a little bit more. And I think you can see it building up here. I really like this blush because it really blends in with very little effort whatsoever. This actually isn't the best color for me, but I do love how it applies. And just so I look the same as I did in the first video, I'm going to put on this headband so the blush doesn't get mixed in with my hair. Next up, on the left side, I'll apply Huda Beauty's Blush Filter, which is a liquid blush. This blush is described as a high-impact 2-in-1 hybrid liquid blush with buildable pigments that melt into the skin for an instant soft focus filter finish. It's infused with finely milled micro pearls to create an air-blushed luminescent glow. It's important to note that less is more with this blush, and building it up gradually is really a key for this product. It's beautifully lightweight and really melts into the skin. I'll combine 2 shades, Ubi Cream, which is a lavender pink, and Bubblegum, which is a mid-tone pink. And here's what swatches of these shades look like. I remember when I first tried this blush, I was a little put off by the packaging because the stopper was a little hard to pull out of the bottle, but actually I've gotten used to that and it really doesn't bother me anymore. I think you can see how evenly it applies and how beautifully it goes on. And I'm going to build it up just a little bit more. Combining these two colors for me is the perfect combination. All right, on to blushes 3 and 4, but first I have to remove this makeup and reapply my moisturizer, my face primer, and my foundation. I'll be right back. Now I'm ready to apply my Haus Labs Color Fuse Glassy Blush Balm on my right side. This blush is billed as a long-lasting lip and cheek balm in an easy-to-use stick that glides on as a glassy color that's buildable. There are 12 glassy shades, and they're formulated with fermented arnica and goji berry complex. This blush is described as boasting 70% skincare actives, is non-sticky, and immediately boosts skin hydration by 62%. If you've watched many of my videos, you will not be surprised in the least by my shade selection of Glassy Lilac. But there is a wide shade range of 11 other colors. And here's what this color looks like swatched. It's a very pink lavender. And this I'm going to tap on the right side. The next blush was really innovative when it first launched because it contained both a cream and a powder blush. And the makeup artist behind this blush launch, Patrick Ta, also used a unique application method of applying the powder first and the cream blush over the powder. However, we can certainly use whatever application method works best for us. The creamy emollient shade provides a lovely dewy finish, and it helps lock in color for extended wear time. This blush combo creates a lovely skin-like finish and a lit from within glow. And Patrick Ta has done a wonderful job of extending the shade range, so this blush duo is now available in 18 different shades. I think that may be a record for the greatest number of blush shades by any brand. I have She's Enough, She's Giving, and She Goes to the Gym. And here are the swatches. The powder is on top and the cream is below it. And below are swatches of She's Giving. And here are the swatches for She Goes to the Gym at the bottom. I'm going to first apply She Goes to the Gym and use the powder first. Wow, it's pigmented. I have to say this has to be the most pigmented blush so far. Now we're really not judging the color, we're really judging the formulation and how easy it is to blend in and apply. All right, I'm going to go ahead and remove these blushes and I will be back in just a moment. I hope you're finding today's video both enjoyable and helpful, and if so, I'd so appreciate it if you tap that thumbs up like icon below. And I also hope you'll subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thank you. Well, this next cream blush is from the Clean Beauty brand Tower 28. This blush is their Beach Please blush, which is known for melting into the skin without any cakiness or harsh lines. It's also quite pigmented for a cream blush. It's touted as being both a cheek color and a lip color, and it can be tapped onto the cheeks with the fingertips for a soft flush effect or applied with a brush for a more diffused effect. And it's really great for those of us with sensitive skin thanks to the hypoallergenic, oil-free, and artificial fragrance-free ingredients. This balm includes aloe vera extract and green tea extract, both of which are said to have soothing properties, as well as castor seed oil for added nourishment. These ingredients are really ideal for those of us with mature skin. The shade range of 10 colors is full of pops of pinks, purples, and oranges for those who like a bolder look, but the creamy formula makes for easy blendability, so even the brightest tints won't look clownish. I have the shade Party Hour, which is a lavender pink. I'll apply it with a brush on my right side. And here's what the color looks like on the back of my hand. And as you can see, this really just melts into the skin so easily. You cannot make a mistake with this blush. Now let's take a look at it close up. I really like how soft and lovely this color looks. The blush I'm going to apply on my left side is a polar opposite to the Tower 28 blush in terms of formula and applicator, and it's also been around since 2019. It's M Cosmetics Color Drops. This is a serum blush with a dewy finish which has ingredients that include squalane, evening primrose oil, and ceramides for more hydration and radiance. These blushes can be worn alone or easily mixed together. And when used for the first time, the dropper has to be primed by squeezing the bulb 4 to 6 times to fill the vial with product before dispensing the desired amount. but no priming is necessary for future applications. It's only necessary to apply 1/2 to 1 drop, and it can be blended in with fingers, sponge, or a brush. And if you have oily or combination skin, it's recommended that the bare skin on cheeks or the base makeup on cheeks be blotted with a tissue before applying this blush. I'll apply 1 drop of the shade Little Lilac on the back of my hand. And by the way, it also comes in 6 other gorgeous shades. I'm going to shake this well, and then you squeeze this little dropper, and I get 1 drop, and just tap it on my left side. And here's what it looks like on the back of my hand. Surprisingly, I actually had to build that up quite a bit. All right, these blushes will be gone, and I will be right back to test our last 2. Boy, every time I pull out this Sephora Best Skin Ever foundation and use it, I'm impressed all over again. Unfortunately, it may be discontinued or going to be discontinued because I'm only seeing very few shades available at Sephora, which is really a shame. These next 2 blushes are also polar opposite in terms of formula and finish. British makeup artist Daniel Sandler created his watercolor liquid cheek colors 20 years ago, along with watercolor illuminators and bronzers. This award-winning formula is lightweight and can be built up for a stronger blush look. It goes on like water and lets the skin shine through for a really lovely natural look. The silicone formula makes it water resistant and rub proof, which means the color will stay put and last all day. And as a matter of fact, he developed these blushes because when he was on photo shoots with models in hot climates, blushes always disappeared. So he wanted to create one that would really be long lasting. All of these blushes are also super blendable, so after they're applied, there are no heavy lines, and only a tiny amount is needed to give a wash of color to the cheeks, so a bottle will last a very, very long time. You can also mix shades together to get a particular shade you want. There are 14 liquid blush shades, and I have a pink shade called So Pretty. Now let's see how it looks. You shake it well, and as you can see, it's definitely a liquid, which is beginning to run down my arm. So I'm picking it up on a brush and just tapping it in. Oh my goodness, this just applies like a dream. I mean, it literally just melts into the skin without having to do much. And I think you can see the amazing amount of pigment you get with just 1 drop. And here's what it looks like when you mix the illuminator in with the blush. I can't get over how really lovely that looks. And now on the other side, for my last blush, I'm going with one of Merit Beauty's 16 Blush Balm shades. As you saw, the small circular packaging makes it really easy to grip and apply this blush. It can be applied with a brush or fingers, and it creates a very soft, natural-looking flush of color that feels like a second skin because it truly melts into the skin. The formula is very sheer and buildable with a satin matte finish. It's a great blush for a minimal makeup look. It's also a moisturizing formula that performs especially well on dry skin. The shade range caters to all preferences and skin tones, from light and neutral to bright and deep hues. But if you'd like a stronger looking blush, this blush is probably not your cup of tea because the color does fade over the course of a day and it is very sheer. I have 3 shades, Cheeky, Raspberry Beret, and Après, and let me swatch those for you. Here is Cheeky on top, Raspberry Beret underneath it, and Après at the bottom. And as you can see, there isn't a whole lot of difference between these colors. The Raspberry Beret definitely is a little bit deeper with more blue in it. I'm going to tap Après onto my right side, and you can see immediately how sheer it is. And what is nice is that there is a little bit of a radiant quality to it. As you can see, your skin really shines through with this particular blush. I also want to just quickly mention a few other blushes that are great to layer over cream or liquid blushes so they last longer or that create some glow. And the powder options are also great for oily skin. First is the RMS Redimension Hydra Powder Blush, which creates a luminous finish. This blush is made with jojoba oil, and for most people, it doesn't feel drying on the skin. It provides a subtle, glowy finish, which few other powder blushes can really provide. There are 9 gorgeous shades, and my favorite is the French Rosé, which you saw. Here is a swatch. I like to layer this blush over my cream and liquid blushes to make them last even longer. Well, a product that can layer over other blushes to create a gorgeous glow is Beaute's Glow Sculpt Blush. It comes in several colors, but this is my favorite, which is called Pink Glow. And actually, it is more of a highlighter than a blush, although there is some color to it. This is really creamy and tinted, moisturizing and brightening at the same time, and it creates a gorgeous radiant finish. I often reach for this product and tap it over any blush I'm wearing for a lovely lifting glow. I don't know how well this is going to show up. It's underneath the RMS powder. This product may also be on its way to being discontinued at Sephora because I only see several shades. However, you can find all the shades on the Beaute website. A powder blush that I love to layer over cream and liquid blushes to increase the staying power is Makeup by Mario's Soft Pop Powder Blush. It has a luxurious silky formula that just glides over the skin. I have the shade Poppy Pink, which is a lovely vibrant pink, and it also comes in 4 other shades. And here's what it looked like when I swatched 2 layers. And the last powder blush is one I will never be without, and which I sweep over my cream and liquid blushes most often to increase their staying power and create a never duplicated soft focus glow. It's the Hourglass Ambient Light Blush, which comes in 7 shades. It's a groundbreaking hybrid which combines the customized lighting effects of their amazing ambient light finishing powders with an array of lovely blush hues. And here's the blush I have, which is called Sublime Flush. Well, now let's take a close-up look at all 8 blushes that I tried today. And I hope you'll let me know in the comment section below which of these blushes you feel looks the best and which blush might be your top choice. In the pinned comment below, I'll share my top blush picks from today's video as well as from the previous part 1 video. Thank you so much for giving me the gift of your time today. And if you'd like to watch another blush related video that might be helpful as well, here's one you may want to check out. Until we see each other again, I wish you good health and happiness, and I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. Take care.